Hello and welcome to my little escapade. Today I'm gonna be talking about which picture format is better, JPEG versus RAW. It is truly undeniable that nowadays, because all of the technology that we have, um, such as Photoshop and the RAW format, there are a lot of fans out there for RAW format. If you search and browse the web, you can find a lot of articles promoting and saying that RAW is the best, or 10 reasons why you should shoot in RAW format, and like another, a ton of places and sites that are gonna say raw is the best just because, and not necessarily that is true. Raw is a very useful format that enables to save all the data on the picture without compressing it. It is an uncompressed format, therefore it's going to save a lot of data that is going to be very useful in many situations, and it's going to enable for you to edit the picture in post-production and make the most out of it. Now, the downside is that the file itself is going to be much larger and it's going to occupy more space, and therefore you would need larger storage amounts in order to store these photos. Also, you would need a program such as Photoshop or Lightroom in order to process these pictures, and then after editing your pictures and adding or taking out the details that you want or don't want there, then you can save it as a JPEG and publish it anywhere. JPEG is a compressed format. um, it is what it does is that it takes out some of the data that the raw picture took out, and then it converts it to JPEG. JPEG format does not save all the data in order to fully edit a picture in Photoshop or Lightroom and make the most out of it. Um, the advantage of shooting raw, it's really that you get to work with the picture in the future. So let's say like you in the future you see a detail that you wanted to fix or edit in the picture, you can always go back to the raw file and change it and keep changing it, and it's pretty much limitless. And you can also do a lot of projects like dual exposition pictures, dual exposure pictures, and you can also do high dynamic range pictures in Photoshop, and you can create very dramatic effects. And I've seen people work on a picture until pretty much looks unreal. So there are a lot of things that you can do with the raw file that you can do on JPEG, and that is completely undeniable. And if working on pictures is your thing, then raw is for you. Now, what many people advise is that you set up your camera in order to take JPEG plus RAW, and like that you can have an immediate copy of your picture in JPEG, and then you have the RAW file, which enables you to edit in post-production. Now, there are really pros and cons to everything, and to be honest, it's whatever is best for you. That's what you're always gonna use. But honestly, I'm gonna express and confess to you why I like so much JPEG. Um, in the past, before we had digital cameras, and when Photoshop did not exist, or maybe when Photoshop was not that popular, the photographer had to pay plenty of attention to the camera settings, exposition, or exposure, triangle, composition, colors, and lights. It was a work of art just to take the picture, and if you didn't nail it on the first shot, especially in circumstances such as candid street photography, you pretty much lost the picture forever. And um, unfortunately, what has happened is nowadays a lot of photographers have fallen into the fallacy that they can do pretty much whatever they want with their camera because they don't have to worry about it now. They'll just worry about it later, and that makes photographers lazy. Because what's happening is that you're doing double and triple the work that you should have done if you could have just paid attention to your camera settings and to what you were doing actually. Um, in order to do the picture right at first, which is what every photographer would do. And now Raw and Photoshop, they take that away. You know, they now we have pretty much whatever photographer doing whatever picture and not worrying about it because they can do it or they can keep working with it in post-production. Um, when shooting on JPEG, the beautiful thing about it is that at least I have a big sense of pride when shooting JPEG first. You know, JPEG right at first, because um, I am. You know, I know that I looked at the details. I know that I got all the settings that I wanted. I double, triple checked the exposure. I made sure that the focus points are where I want them to be, or if not, I just turn off the autofocus and do manual focus, which is even better for my pictures, and the pictures come out outstanding. Now, um, that it's also going to help you, and it has helped me a lot in order to improve my photography, pay more attention to my photography, pay attention to all the small little details that make your photos actually better. There's something about Raw that I don't like, that it kind of discourages me from taking pictures just because I know that I gotta sit down and spend hours in post productions in order to perfect the picture and make it right. And that is what I don't like. I like, you know, I'm a very, I like old school things, and I don't shoot in film, of course, but JPEG is the closest thing you've got to film right now, which is, the little roll that you just put inside the camera, you just go shoot, you develop it, and then you see what it came out. And what's beautiful also about, film and also JPEG is that, you can pretty much take a lot of pictures, and then you can see the good ones, the bad ones, and you could, you're actually gonna get excited when you see the good pictures and see and observe and appreciate that you put a lot of effort into that picture, and that it came out right. And please don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that RAW is bad. I mean, RAW is a very good format, and it has its time, and it has its time and place, but we cannot let what you do in post-production define what your picture is. If not, then you would be a mediocre photographer, and that's not what photography is about. Photography is about giving out your best and catching out the best, and learning how to appreciate your photos from an artistic point of view, so you and others around you can enjoy it, because that's what essential is. It's art. So as long I'm okay with RAW, as long as shooting in RAW is not really defining what you are and what your photography is. You don't want to edit something so much that it becomes something unreal. There's something human to me and to the human eye you know, when seeing a picture that looks natural, that looks right, that looks like, you know, it's a place that you've been there before, or it's a place where you want to be, or it's a beautiful picture about something or someone that gives you gratitude when observing those pictures, and it's a very pleasant and experience, other than just seeing a picture and looking at it and saying, hey, I mean, this picture looks fake, this picture looks unreal, it looks like it's been edited, it's been too much times, it looks like it's been transformed into something else, and I don't like it. You know, you want to keep it authentic, you want to keep it real. So that's the point that I want to bring out, and I hope that you have enjoyed my video. If you support me, please press like and hit the subscribe button. And thank you for watching. Okay, sorry of my mess. I apologize for my mess over here. I've been moving. I'm gonna be moving. Therefore, I have a whole bunch of stuff around that's unnecessary. And hopefully in the future I will have a better background for you guys. So thank you for watching. Once again, hit the like button and subscribe, and you have a good day, okay? Goodbye.